Thank you so much for coming to our TCP meeting for this month. Today I wanted to talk to you about the why. And I know we've talked about this before in the TCP, the Transformational Change Project, but I really wanted to bring it home for you guys today because, you know, we have an opportunity with our gifted and talented students that many don't. Having the top 5 performers of our entire district in terms of being GATE identified and high achieving students, the entire school. So, why change when you know what you're doing is working? Well, one of the things that came to mind in the CTE or Career Tech Education seminars that we've been in is all the tech sectors are talking about the need for not only problem solvers, but creative people. They're looking for students out of college and sometimes without college, looking to see how creative they can be or innovative because they say those are the people who are going to be solving the problems that they don't even know they're going to need to solve yet. So, how do we create that in a system where it's a structured system of education where we have standards and standards to meet, and those are very important. We also have to meet some of the state and nationwide testing that is required of our students that help them to be ranked some of the top in the country and, of course, in the state. So, what do we look at? We look at personalized learning. How can we have students incorporate their personal interests not only outside of school, but also in the other content areas within one classroom? Well, what does that look like? That's the hard part. It's hard to put your finger on it. However, there is a process and there is a way. One of the most motivating factors was Nikki Kim. You know Nikki Kim. She's a leader on campus. She's taken every high school class. She's a champion in academics. She's a champion in everything she strives to do. And she's undergone a lot of hardships in her life. And yet she's still standing with a big smile. And she loves English. Now that's near and dear to my heart because being an English major, I know what she's talking about. And she came to us this year in February 2017 to talk about what her schedule would look like for her senior year. She knows that she had to take college level classes. She knows that she needs to graduate with at least 4 years of English. But what she found is she'd taken all of the AP courses, the highest level possible, and all of it English. So what does she take? Does she take a back step? She only had 2 choices. She talked about English 4 and rhetorical creative writing. English 4 would be like taking a step backwards as she's taken AP Lit and AP Language. Rhetorical creative writing was about the only option, but she wasn't interested in speech and debate. She wasn't interested in creative writing in that aspect. She more likes research and writing on topics of her personal interests. And we said, well, what would an English class look like if you had a choice? And what she talked about is creating a blog and somehow making her English attached to the science that she loves. She talked about creating online tutorials for English and science and having people be able to watch them before the final exams. She talked about an organized system where she could actually go over and talk to the 6th grade students who would then be coming into our 7th through 12th grade program. She had ideas, but how does that fit into an English class? Well, we talked about the writing of it. We talked about blogs and how there's writing. And we said, what if we could personalize your curriculum and give you a standard to meet, and you would teach us and show us how you are meeting that standard? How about if you have a voice and choice in how you show us that standard? Her eyes lit up. Could we do that? And we said, yes, we can. Daniel Reitz was right there. He's an English teacher. He teaches rhetorical creative writing. And he was in. He says, we've been talking about this for our transformational team project, and we would love to have you. And let's talk about some of your ideas because I believe we can make it work. She was ecstatic. She came to us. She says, I'm doing it. And because of her interests and because of her level of questions, we actually made her part of our TCP team. She's the only student. She's a student representative and has a voice and choice, in how we handle the situation and how we handle personalized learning. She talks to us about the potential and how the students can go further. She talks about the need for structure so far, and she talks about where we need to help her as educators in terms of being guides instead of teachers. This has been a wonderful opportunity for her, but an even stronger opportunity for us as educators to see how we can help students get to the Bloom's taxonomy level of innovation and creativity, which is the highest level of learning after synthesis. So we're proud to say that we have her. And just imagine if once we work on our transformational change project this year, What if we can help other content areas help students to have a voice and choice in their own learning? And what could that look like? What could that look like for our campus and our students? That means that they would be able to not only achieve the highest rankings, which they already do, and that would continue, but it would also have them reach out beyond what even they know they can do. So that's what our transformational change project is about. That's why we're doing it. We're doing it for the Nikki Kims, and you know as well as I do, there are far more of our Nikki Kims in every one of our content areas at our particular school site who would benefit and flourish under personalized learning. That's why we're doing it. That's the why. Thanks for being here.